If you're a tech company and you want to grow, how do you do it? You shrink. Time for insight and action. How ironic. And let me show you the numbers that we stumbled across this morning as we were slicing and dicing the data. We started with the S&P 1500 technology companies, and here's what we found. Of that group of technology companies that are shrinking their headcount by 6%, I should say are shrinking their headcount, and the average was about 6%. Look at this. The earnings went up on average by about 100%. They're doubling. And the returns this year are up 18%. In other words, they're shrinking in order to grow. That's not good. Tech's dirty little secret. You want to grow your business, you shrink your headcount. That's not what we want to see. That's not top-line growth. That's called managing your costs. It's the polar opposite of what we're hoping for and why Chairman Bernanke is still waiting on more data to see labor market improvement. It's not there yet. So you say, what about the companies that are increasing their headcount? And look at this. If you're a tech company and you're upping your headcount by 50% or more, look what's happening to your earnings growth. It's shrinking. In other words, it's the polar opposite of what you want to see. So companies that are laying off people, they're shrinking their headcount, their earnings are doubling. And the more you go up on the curve, the more you hire, finally it becomes negative. Again, this is the polar opposite of what we want to see. It's part of the conundrum right now that's really facing corporate America. How do you grow? How do you actually get that top line to grow rather than just relying on cost management? All right, that's been a very consistent theme over many quarters. So, again, we take no joy in pointing out the companies that are growing their earnings by shrinking their headcount. We want to see people get jobs, not get laid off. But we will also point out that these 9 companies that are shrinking their headcount, I should say the 9 that are shrinking the most, are also up 30% this year. Strange, isn't it? Here's what you have. Agilicis, DSP, XR, Interdigital, IDT, Copin, Progress, MEMC, even Yahoo. Again, shrinking their headcount. These are the 9 shrinking their headcount the most. This group of 9 up 30%. It's one of those upsetting conundrums that we're seeing right now in the market, Betty.